So I'm doing something a little bit different today, pick a book reading, okay? So this is just my version of showing you guys that you can literally do interpretations from anything. You can use any type of tool, resource in order to get a message, okay? And I'm gonna show you guys that today. As you guys already know, if you've watched my videos before, like if you've been an avid, watcher of my videos, then you'll know that I have a very personal relationship with the dragon, and my children do as well. And so these are their books here, the Dragon Masters, and it's not a coincidence that when it came time for me to buy books for them, this is the series that my son chose. So I'm using his books to do this reading, and we have the Dragon Master, Rise of the Earth Dragon. We have Waking the Rainbow Dragon, and we have Eye of the Earthquake Dragon. So pick whichever book resonates with you, and we're going to get into your reading. And this is going to be a pick a book reading based off of the energy of the month of June, okay? So we're going to get into the month of June and what that's going to be for you, okay? So go ahead, take a moment, pick whichever cover resonates with you, and we'll go ahead and get started. I am eyeing on the Eye of the Earthquake Dragon. See what I did there? And I am going to start this reading. All right, let's get into it. What is the energy for you? Let me see, move this here. Gonna move this. All right. Okay, so let's go based off the cover, okay? We have a green eye here, so you may have green eyes. You may know someone that is special to you that has green eyes. You may wear green contacts, okay? It says Eye of the Earthquake Dragon. So you may live in a state or country that has, earthquakes. So you may be in some part of Asia. You may be in a state like California. Okay, and the eye, it specifically talks about the eye, right? Now, that could mean multiple things. That could be the third eye. That could be this reading is here to show you something, or you're going to see something, or recognize something in the month of June that you may not have seen before, or something may appear before you or reveal itself to you. So this month of June could be a month of a revelation. That's what I'm getting, okay? And with the Earthquake Dragon here, there may be an earthquake where you are, or you may have just had an earthquake and you guys are just trying to get back to normal life after this earthquake has taken place. Or it could be a symbolism of something that just rocks you to your core. This revelation could have been something that opened your eyes to something. We have 3 people here. This boy specifically has white hair, so that could be a symbolism of an ancestor of yours. I love, because I talked about Asia, and I love how he has like a karate outfit there, but these could also symbolize your ancestors. This could symbolize you in different past lives. So it could be different things along that. Okay. All right. So we're going to get into the book in a minute, but first I want to look at your cards. Okay. So this is the month of June for those of you who picked this book. Okay. Oh, one card fell. So we got roundabout, community, connections, new direction. Now, here there's multiple people here. Okay. If you noticed in the covers of the other books, there's either 2 or 1 person, but this is like multiple people. We got eyeglasses, and we talked about the eye, having a revelation, seeing something, having something revealed to you. Okay, and this is talking about assessment, evaluating, perspective, seeing clearly. Okay, so like I said, you seeing something, being aware of something. So you guys see already how the correlation is happening with the book and the cards. Diligent, persistent, stamina, hard work, devoted, fruitful, continual, harvest, concentration. Okay, so being focused on what's happening around you and what it is that you want to have moving in your life. So this could also be like that metaphor of laser eye focus. This reminds me of like a snake as well. And it also takes me back to like the alley cat with the black and white. You know, the alley cat was like kind of like very sneaky. I forgot what cartoon it's on, if it's on Alice in Wonderland, but there's like this cat, this black and white cat. Comment down below if you know which cat I'm talking about. This also reminds me of like a dinosaur, so very ancient times. Okay, you could be a very old soul or have very old soul ancestors. We have Knight of Wands, we have the Death card, we have the Nine of Cups. We have the Lookout. Again, it's talking about looking, seeing, paying attention, okay? If you see here in the card, he actually has like binoculars. So again, they're talking about like resources that you use to see. This case is binoculars. Here we have eyeglasses. And then we have sudden wealth. Okay, 777. So for those of you who picked this book, you may have been seeing 777 or 111 a lot lately, or even 378, okay, or 873. That could be an area code or a combination to something. I feel like for those of you who picked this book, there's something that you want to accomplish at this time, and you need your community to get it done. You need a group of people that you are aligned with and that resonates with you. Okay, I feel like the fact that they're talking about working as a group or having a community mindset or mentality is because you're probably a person that likes to work alone or don't really like dealing with other people. But they're saying that in this case, there's going to be a situation. So for example, you know, with the earth, this being called the eye of the earthquake dragon, right? You may be in a situation where there's an earthquake that takes place and you need others to help you to kind of get yourself back on the right footing, to get things back into working order after the destruction of the earthquake, that type of thing. So with the Lookout, it's kind of saying, now this isn't saying for you to go about after this reading being paranoid of like, what's going to happen? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Because this might not even be something that happens to you. This might be something that happens to someone else that you might have to pitch in and help this person with this issue. Okay. There may be a situation too where they're talking about paperwork that needs to be evaluated by multiple people before any signatures take place. There may be something in that paperwork, that contract, that may have some fine print that is not going to be helpful towards you. Okay? So it's very important for you to have other people look at that paperwork, okay? I feel like this, for some of you, if this is a contract, this could be something that can hurt you or help you, depending on how focused you are on what you're doing. With this death card, it really does remind me of some like kind of natural disaster that takes place and going to help. I feel like you may be a part of an organization that helps people in times of need or in natural disasters. You know, you may work for Red Cross, or this reading is telling you to volunteer to help people who are going through some type of hard time in their lives. You could be someone too who's already retired and wants to do something on the side or something to occupy your time, and they're telling you to help those in need. Help those that need assistance. You could also be like a counselor that helps people with grief. I know, like my best friend right now, she's doing meditations on getting over grief and the passing of loved ones, and it's really very, very powerful. I'll put a link to it so you guys can take a look at that. But it's amazing. I had listened to one of her meditations and I just broke down in tears because it made me think about my father who has passed. And but it's a release though. It's like a healing. So it's not negative at all. It really just allows you to purge all of those feelings and to bring it out and just to feel them in that moment. And that's why I say it's very powerful. I feel like this is also talking about creativity. There is something that you can go into a business in where you can have a lot of people working for you to make this specific invention or this thing that you're creatively good at. But they want you to focus on community, focus on working as one. You know, with the beehive there, it just reminds me of like all the bees working together and every one of them having their specific job that they have. It's very interesting here too because we have the eye, right? Which I was saying laser focus on something, a revelation, something you need to pay attention to. And we got the eyeglasses, and we also have the man here wearing eyeglasses along with that man and on the ship that has binoculars. Okay, so that could also mean if there is some type of catastrophe or something that takes place, still looking ahead, having people help you and assist you through these times. This is not necessarily just talking about material wealth, but it's also talking about the wealth of community, the wealth of coming together, the importance of working together towards a common goal. That's what I'm getting here. I'm getting community. I'm getting laser eye focused on a goal and working towards that goal. I'm getting being there for others in their time of need, or allowing others to be there for you in your time of need. Okay, so that's the energy I'm getting for the month of June. All right, let's see. We're going to do a reading with the book right now. And I'm going to do it here. Okay. So let's see. Source, stop the page with the... All right, there we go. So we're going to read from here. Okay, first thing you see here, it says Drake's plan. So they're saying to come up with a plan, okay? And let's read here. Maldred walked over to Drake and looked into the mirror. Your castle is still standing. Perhaps I should make the Naga attack Bracken again, or shall I attack somewhere else? The dark wizard strolled away, stroking his beard as he paced the floor of the temple. The Naga's eye appeared in the doorway as he waited for his next command. Think, Drake told himself. There has to be a way to get the twins to stop obeying him. Okay, so in this book, right, there's a plan in order to help other people, right, in a situation where there's obviously a dark wizard that's trying to bring harm to them, and there's been some type of attack. So again, it talks about helping others, assisting others, being there for others in a time of need. In this book, on that page, there was some type of attack that was placed on them, and Drake had a plan on how he was going to help those people. And that's the same thing for you. That's the message for you. Okay? All right, that's your reading. I hope that this resonates with you in the month of June. This could be something that has already started to take place or something you've been contemplating. If you're open to sharing, I would love to hear you and your story in the comments of how this resonates with you. Until next time. All right, you guys. So those of you who picked this book, it's The Waking the Rainbow Dragon. So I feel like a lot of you that picked this book, you're a light seer, you're a light worker, you come from the rainbow tribe, your intuition is very heightened. If you see like the dragon's head there, it has a violet color, which reminds me of the third eye. It also has a blue eye, so it's able to see auras or see energies. So what I get from those that pick this book is that you're very highly in tune with yourself and with other people. Okay? All right, let's take a look and see what the cards have to say. We have the Six of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the Judgment. Okay, so you feel stuck in some kind of way. The Architect, building something, creating something, tapping into your past lives. We have Main Male. Going within, observing, self-examination. Happening soon. It's time. It's time for action. Things are fast. Time to unfold. Okay, so you have to make a certain decision in the month of June. This decision can be based on so many different things depending on what's going in your life. And I feel like that's why this reading is so vague and general, because for those of you that's watching, you have many different situations, and so they can't go into one specific situation based off of how many people are watching these videos. But I do want to say that whatever decision you make sure that it's the best decision for you, that you're comfortable with. These decisions could be based off of you wanting to move or trying to make the decision if you should move. This could also be a decision on if you should go to a certain job. You know, you may have gotten accepted to a job or a school, and you're kind of like torn between two schools or two jobs and which one you should go with. But I love how it has the feather in the heart there. And I feel like with the heart, it kind of is saying, make the decision with your heart. Not with your mind, but with your heart. What does your heart say? What does your heart feel? Also with the Architect here, this makes me want to get my Egyptian cards, which I'm going to do right now because I literally have this symbol on one of my cards along with the pillars as well. So I just want to see real quick because they have more information to tell you. Okay, so what other messages for those who picked this pile, this book? The Architect, you're creating something, you're building something, you're becoming a better version of you. Oh, we have home. Okay, so you may be trying to decide if you should go back home. You may be deciding if you should do something with your home, sell your home. You may have to get rid of your home. Give me more information. Chokehold. Okay, so you may be in a tight spot, a tight situation. That's what the chokehold means, where you feel stuck or you feel in a corner. Okay, we have the Mother. So some of you may be going through a situation with your mother at this time in the household. Others of you may be going through a situation with your partner at this time. And if you see here on the dragon, there's a boy and a girl, symbolizing a relationship, and looking at it in that way. Female and a male. Okay. So some of you may be in a situation where your mother doesn't approve of your relationship and wants you to be with someone else, or wants you to be by yourself. Okay. Getting to others of you have a situation where your mother had a situation with your partner, your husband, boyfriend, whatever, and you found out they had their own thing going on as well. Okay. Some of you may be in a controlling relationship, and your mother is trying to get you out of that situation. I also get with the architect here is your ancestors trying to assist you at this time. They want you to really dig deep and reflect on what is going on in your life. With you having this book that you've chosen, Waking the Rainbow Dragon, it's like awaken your perception of this situation to the reality of what it is. Awaken your intuition, your third eye. Deep down, you know what you need to do in this situation. You're putting yourself in a situation where you're like the, which card is that? It's the 8 card, I believe. You're putting yourself in a situation where you feel like you can't get out of it, but it's just an illusion because you can. And your spirit, your soul is like longing for you to get out of this cycle. I feel like you're continuing this loop of the same pattern over and over, and they're telling you that it's time to take action. You know, this situation is only going to get worse. You're going to gain even more insight. You see that animal there too. Your guides are with you, guiding you. I feel like for some of you, this is your husband or your boyfriend that they're telling you about. It's just not working out. Disconnecting. They want you to tap into your subconscious feelings here. All right, so based off of me having to pull more cards, I want to say that there's more here than what meets the surface. I feel like you're, if this is about a relationship you're in, I feel like in front of the public, in front of family, in front of Instagram, social media, whatever, you guys make it seem as though you're the perfect couple. There's nothing going on in the background, but a mother always knows. And so in this situation, your mother knows what's going on. You may have confided in your mother as to what's going on in your relationship. And so you're really confused right now. You're trying to make a decision, or you may not be trying to make a decision. You may just feel like there's nothing you can do. I love here that we have the 2 male and females. They're literally like wearing the same thing here. And that tells me that this is a karmic relationship based off of a past life. Okay? So in the past life, you got what you wanted in the relationship. You were the male in that relationship. And now you guys are switching roles, and he is the male in the relationship in this life. But you need to learn from this karmic cycle that this relationship is just not beneficial for you or for this other person. Okay, and you have to be open to realize that and make a decision, or you're gonna just keep repeating these same karmic cycles in each lifetime. All right, that's what I'm getting. So let's see here with the book reading. I'm just going to be flipping. Source, give us the page. All right, let's go. All right, let's read here. What does it say? Anna asked. It is a message from the Wizard's Council, Griffith replied. Then his face went dark. Drake, Anna, I am afraid I cannot go with you. I must deal with this message. But I trust you will find the rainbow dragon. If you need help, transport back here right away. Drake and Anna ran to the dragon caves and quickly returned to the training room with Worm and Capri. Anna had put a saddle on Capri's back. Okay. So this has to do, this specific page is talking about a message from the Wizard's Council. So it's referring to this message here that we're giving, right? This man is reading the paper, I'm reading the book, same thing, okay? And it's from the Wizard's Council. I am afraid I cannot go with you. I must deal with this message. So someone can't go with someone else. They have to deal with this. They have to work this out. They have to figure out how they're going to move forward. I trust that you will find the rainbow dragon. If you need help, transport back here right away. Okay, so that is saying that they trust, your guides trust that you will find your way back to them. And if you need help in this process, in this cycle, in getting out of this pattern, in getting out of this loop, if you need help getting out of this loop, they are here for you. Okay? But they're saying that you need to heed to this message. You need to pay attention to this message and deal with this situation. And that's what's going to be happening in the month of June. Now, again, even if the situation is not approached by you, it will turn into a situation where you have no choice but to deal with it and make a decision. And they're telling you, your guides are telling you, please make the decision to come back to us. Please make the decision to trust your intuition, to pray, to ask for our guidance. Come back to us and ask for our guidance. This you do not have to do alone. We can assist you with this. We are here for you, but we need you to get out of this cycle. And if you need assistance with that, we're here to help you with it. Okay? So that is the reading for you for those that picked this book. Let me know if it resonates in the month of June, because that is your energy. All right? It's Goddess Chrissy, and until next time. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You're going to want more readings like this. Bye. All right, here we got Rise of the Earth Dragon. I just want to say, like, all this time I've been doing my readings and my light didn't come on my camera, and it comes on this one. So there's a light that shines on you. There's going to be more focus on you. There's going to be a spotlight on you for the month of June. Okay, you may be acknowledged for something. You may get a promotion. You're just okay. Wow, you're just a shining light wherever you go. That's what I'm getting. As soon as you enter the room, all eyes are on you, and you're just a beautiful person inside and out. Okay, and you see how the dragon is looking down at the boy, the way the boy is looking up at the dragon. Your guides and you have a special connection, and they admire you just as much as you admire them. And that rock is a symbol of your ancestors and how they hold you up in a certain light. Okay, that is very, very beautiful. And let's get into your cards before we actually get into the book. It's Rise of the Earth Dragon. So what that tells me is you're a light worker that's here to elevate the energy, the vibrations here on Earth. Okay, 10 of Swords, 2 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Interesting. A lot of thought here, a lot of thinking. I feel like this is death of the ego here. This is definitely death of the ego. You're going through an ego death. There was something that happened to you where it just basically humbled you a lot. Yeah, look at this. Open dishonor, humiliation. But it humbled you. It's something that you needed. Autumn, full moon, the queen. It's something that you needed to realize. Okay, so it might take place in June, or this may be the after effects of what has already happened. And because this situation had to happen, you went through some, again, I mentioned spotlight, right? Like it's the focus is on you. And there was something that happened that was an ego death. Like I said, it made you realize that you're a person who has faults as well. You're not perfect. And it's okay that people see that, because nobody is perfect, right? Nobody is perfect, but everyone's perfect. And you were embarrassed, and in some cases you were ashamed with this, whatever this is that took place. Here we have humiliation, okay? Finding fault, public ridicule. Again, me saying the spotlight is on you. And this could also mean you going up, elevating, but also before this elevation takes place, you went through an ego death. So you really humbled yourself and realized, I have to take a look at who I've been portraying myself to be and be my authentic self. You were in your head a lot. You weren't being who you truly are. You didn't want to accept who you are. You wanted to follow the norms of society and be what society says you should be, but you finally surrendered to the process of just being yourself. Okay, that old person here that you was trying to be, that you were trying to accomplish, it goes through an ego death. It goes through a process of no longer being there anymore, because you realized you have to be true to yourself and who you are, no matter what anybody thinks. There is a community here that is accepting you for who you are without judgment. And now you can look at yourself and say, I love how we have the rocks here and then we have the rock here. Okay, you're like literally sitting on top of the world, and you're looking up at something, he's looking up at something. Your ancestors are there. They're revealing themselves to you, and you are finally free of the barriers that you placed on yourself. You're free to be who you want to be. So you've definitely reached over a hurdle, or you're reaching over a hurdle in the month of June. Yes, you may go through this humiliation or this feeling of being ashamed of whatever it is that took place, but at the same time, it needed to happen in order for you to humble yourself and have an ego death so you can be who you truly need to be, who you're aligned to be, the person that you see in the mirror and that you're happy with. Okay? And I see that it may take some time for you to get over this, about 6 to 9 months, but you will get over it and you will realize the blessing within this situation, okay? This could also be someone close to you that this happened to, and you may be feeling devastated for that person, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be yourself. You may have watched this person be humiliated and you didn't step up and do anything about it, so you feel at fault in some way, but you're going to heal from this. All right? Okay, let's see what the message is with the book, your book message, okay? All right, Source, what is the message? Okay. Yeah, look at that. Being with a friend. You could have had a friend that humiliated you. Look at this, a new friend. Look at that. You could have had a friend that humiliated you, or you saw a friend get humiliated in some type of way and you didn't, I feel like you didn't reach out, or you ignored it, but there was something that you feel ashamed about. Let's read what it says here. As the plate floated over to Drake, he forgot all about wanting to go home. He stabbed a potato with his fork. Is every supper like this? Drake asked Bo. Bo nodded. Yes, there is always a great deal of good food, he said. But sometimes I miss my mother's soup. Is your kingdom far away? Drake asked. Very far, said Bo. I come from the east, the kingdom of Emperor Song. So I feel like this person is a friend of yours and is different than everybody else. And because of that difference, this person may have been looked at in a certain type of way or talked about in a certain way, and you didn't do anything about it, so you feel shame from that. Or vice versa, this person could have done this to you. Okay. This page could also symbolize you seeing yourself within somebody else. So you feeling like an outcast, you feeling like different from others, and trying, again, like I said, and trying to be something that you're not. Okay? In this page right here, he's having dinner with a friend and eating food that he doesn't usually eat and enjoying it. But this is saying to remember who you are and stay true to yourself. Okay? All right, so that is your reading, and that is your energy for the month of June. It's very interesting. I hope that you guys enjoyed the book reading. Let me know in the comments if you like this, and if you guys do enjoy it, then we can do more book readings. But again, I always try to switch it up and just have new and innovative ways to show you guys how you can still get a message. You can get a message from a book. Let's see right now. I'm going to say, Source, what do you want to tell me about myself? The air in the cave felt warm. It smelled like the deep, rich dirt where the onions grew. Green eyes glowed in the darkness. Worm was in the cave, and behind him were other dragons. They all had the same brown scales and green eyes. Okay, so for one, what I noticed right here is this onions, right? I literally was just joking with my boss about how I'm an onion and I have different layers. So immediately I know that Source is talking to me about that conversation that I had with that one word, right? It says green eyes glowed in the darkness. For me, that's talking about the evil eye and people being jealous of you and envious of you. And that's something that I deal with as well. But it says here, and behind him were other dragons. They all had the same brown scales and green eyes, okay? So what that tells me as well is that I'm protected. I have many guides that are behind me, that are watching over me, that are in alignment with who I am. I have my spiritual team, my community, and I'm good, all right? And not only that, but we're all one and the same. So even those that are envious or show jealousy, at the same time, that's still Source. Okay? Showing us something. All right? So there we go. I just gave a mini reading on myself. All right? And you can do the same. Okay. All right, guys. That is it. Let me know if you enjoyed that reading. And make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already. This is for the month of June. I hope you guys enjoy. And until next time, it's Goddess Chrissy. Bye.